Hello again. Welcome back to Billy Ho's Sports. Headed to New York and Gotham City for the Gotham Stakes Aqueduct racetrack. We are in the champion series of these prep races, and these preps are worth 50 points apiece right now to the winner. So, previewing the other two preps, I just finished the San Felipe. So, be on the lookout for that one. This one is the Gotham, obviously. And then I have the Fountain of Youth, which bonus for Fountain of Youth, I'll have past performances for that one, but we don't even have entries yet for this one either. So we're just going to kind of go over the possibles, probables, and see where we land there. Finalizing the details of the road to the Kentucky Derby contest. So keep checking back with the descriptions of these videos for details. There's going to be links to a sign-up sheet, links to enter, links to make your picks, all that kind of stuff. So you have to be subscribed to be eligible. So make sure you do that. Hit that like button, set your notification bell so you don't miss out on anything coming up. Lots of content coming. Leave a comment below. Give me your 2-horse exacta box for this race. It's pretty interesting. So let's get into it with. I apologize ahead of time. I shot this video before the entries were posted and past performances were dialed out. But now that we have a full field, I did miss a couple of entries. So we're going to do those now, starting with number 1, Scorching has raced out of the Woodbine racetrack, and the second in his debut gave enough encouragement to send him to the Simcoe Stakes in his next race, 6.5 furlongs for 200K, which he won going away. Then he went up back over to the turf and was rocking it down the stretch and nipped at the wire going a mile and a 16th in the Cup and Saucer. So we have seen some turf to dirt winners coming out of Woodbine, particularly from Owen Hardy, with a couple of nice prep wins under his belt. So this horse looks pretty fast to me. So I will definitely have my eye on him. Uh, the first horse I want to mention, probably my favorite so far, Sacrosanct, promising colt, solid early form, 4 straight wins to start his career. Not too many horses can brag that, but it was a lot of state breds. New York Stallion Series was his latest. It was a hard fought one for the trainer Brad Cox. So he's worked him 6 times since that race in the new year alone. So he should be fit, or at least ready. No excuses as far as I'm concerned. So Sacrosanct, probably going to be the top choice so far. Just early leans. Another one is Normandy Coast. Impressive pedigree, demonstrated stamina, fought gamely down the stretch in the 100K allowance race or allowance claiming race. Optional claiming. Goodness. Defeated the even money favorite Hey Jude, which Hey Jude had a ton of traffic trouble getting in and out of horses, so probably should have won that race, but that's the breaks you get. So Normandy Coast, nice win. Another one is Sand Devil. I like this one too. Very competitive spirit, showing good form in the early days. The latest, the winner of the Damon Runyon Stakes. Another great, just heads up battle down the stretch as he holds on to win, receiving a 100 Equibase speed figure. Pretty excellent for that. So a lot of these maiden or debuts, a lot of them are in the 70s, maybe 80s. But the really good ones are running in the 90s and hundreds on those Equibase numbers. That's just kind of what I've noticed as far as looking stuff up. And then there's here's a Baffert horse. McAfee is the Rick Dutro trained horse looking to get his colt firmly entrenched into the Derby trail. So he's got a win and a place as a juvenile. The second in the starter allowance was an inside rail ride trip driving down the stretch where he just really couldn't get past, and then he got a little bit better footing. So I think he was just on a little bit too far on the rail. Maybe it was a little slower that day. Who knows for sure? But it looked like he got a little better footing and gained late to get that second. So he's definitely one I've got big time interest in. Flood Zone's another one I think very interesting if he draws in. Second to start his career, closing very well down the stretch. I like this horse. Uh, because disrespected, right? 11-1 in this race. Uh, Driving down the stretch, battling it out with the 7-5 favorite coming from off the pace. He closed to within 3/4 of a length. Then he shows some versatility by going out to the leader and having that perfect pressing trip just outside of the leader in second. So doubted by the public again, 16-1 he goes off at. Well, he goes up against the 6-5 favorite down the stretch this time and takes him to task, pulls away, wins by 5. So pretty interesting one there. I'm probably going to have a lot of interest, maybe good value play. So hopefully he does draw in. Here's another really new shooter. Garamond is just the maiden win under his belt, trained by Chad Brown. This colt is by Uncle Mo. Won at Tampa going 6.5 furlongs. He was cut off out of the gate and then kind of maneuvered to the middle, eventually taking position on the rail. Then he moved into the lead around the turn for home, but he was a bit reluctant to step on the gas. But then Sammy Camacho got after him a little bit, and then he responded well. So he's one that's interesting. Then there is one called Pagode, which is a Kentucky bred colt, is by Constitution, trained by Paulo Lobo, 1-for-1 maiden winner in his own right. This one was out of Turfway in the all weather. So Luan Mercado had trouble keeping him from drifting inside, but finally got him straightened out and he was able to get up late. Very valiant effort for a green horse. Oh, but you could see him coming around the turn on the wrong lead. How he's just clopping like he's just jumping on all four legs around the turn there. But once Mikado got him going, it was all smooth sailing from there. So valiant effort for a newbie. The next horse, calling card, gets blinkers on for Mike Maker. Supposedly he was distracted in the Lecomte. Eighth place finish, not very good. Maybe he didn't like the slop. Not really sure. 5.9 average win distance. This one I'm not going to have a whole lot of interest in. He did, although previous to that, you see this big eye-popping 17 length win against it's pretty weak company there, state bred maidens. So it is what it is. But he does go run this third place next out, where he was right there tracking the pace with Sandman, who we're all pretty high on here recently with some really great closing efforts. But they hit the turn coming up for home, and Sandman ran by him like he was standing still, cut right across in front of him, and left him in the dust. He was no match for anybody in that field. So probably a good horse, but not for me in this one. Number 10, My Matoli. Making a big jump in class after back-to-back wins right here at the 1 mile distance on the track, Aqueduct, but just really, really not very big competition here, in my opinion. I mean, you got the maiden optional claimer for 50, and then you got the optional claimant for 50. So I don't think this one's going to be ready for prime time action. Although Carlos Martin, 25% so far in the meet, 24% win rate, uh, 6 for 25, not too bad. So we'll see what that one's got, but I don't think it's got the chops to win this race. And then this gets us down to the selections. There may be some in, some out. Like I said, entries aren't official, so keep an eye out on that. But that is your preview for the Gotham. Be on the lookout for more Derby content. I do believe I am going to go. I am sacrosanct all the way on this one. McAfee is one. Flood Zone is definitely interesting. So those are my early leans for this far. And so we will be looking to release the final Derby contest details this week. Hopefully, sign up sheets, sponsors, all that kind of good stuff. If you're playing today at Oaklawn, best of luck to you. Hope you did well. See you soon.